Well, actually, curious as it may seem, the old continent, Europe, may generate a lot of the news in 2016. There's first of all the question of the European referendum in the United Kingdom, the question of Britain's enduring membership in the European Union. I'm actually more optimistic. I think the British government will be able to handle the discussion, and I think at the end, an inbuilt majority will be for keeping Britain inside the European Union. My biggest fear, however, is about the European Union's ability to handle its other challenges. An enduring economic challenge, the lack of economic growth, which continues to beset Europe, perhaps the possibility of an economic downturn in Germany as well, until now the engine of change. The rise in populist parties, the feeling that the established political parties no longer answer the security concerns of ordinary Europeans, and of course the question of migration. The problem in many respects is that a lot of the basic assumptions behind the European Union are now being challenged. The first assumption, that we can be a peaceful continent despite the fact that we are surrounded by mayhem all around. The second assumption is that the European Union stands for economic prosperity, which is no longer the case. And the third assumption is that it is possible to fudge the distinction between national identity and European identity without having to make serious choices. I'm not one of those who believes that the continent is about to disintegrate, but clearly this must be one of the most testing years in Europe's existence. And sadly, this is a year when actually we will need a united Europe. There is the question of a change of guard in Washington, of the US presidential elections, which clearly would have an impact on the relationship between the world's only superpower and Europe. There's a question of handling Russia, and there is, of course, the bigger issue of the tensions and the wars in the Middle East. In each one of these relations, Europe's input is not merely required, it's absolutely essential. And the question is this Europe, with its own very deep internal problems, likely to contribute a great deal to what needs to be done for global security?